Yes, November coming fire. First show of November. And of course, it's got to be Tracks of the Damned. Man, I hope everyone has had a blessed Samhain, as well as a fantastic Halloween, Samhain, whatever you want to call it. Shit, Day of the Dead as well. So I just can't say the Latin word very well because I fuck it up all the time. So I'm like, nope, not going to say it. But we are so happy to be back. Hey, what's up, Aaron? What's up, Lizzie? And everybody watching right now, feel free to be part of this conversation because god damn did we open up a can of worms.
There's probably going to be some shit talking on this episode, like guaranteed shit talking.
Guaranteed a little bit of shit talking because, man, the music business is just getting woo. I could only imagine if I was, 30, 35 years younger and just thinking about trying to make it. I think that version of me would be like, sorry, I'm going to just play bars. I'm just going to do cover songs. I'll see if I could get, playing on one of those heavy metal cruises.
That'd be kind of, I ain't gonna lie, that'd be kind of fun.
Oh, that'd be fun as fuck. Of course it would. But we're going to be giving you the latest and greatest in this week's metal news, as well as some releases and things. So this is the time. If you know a metalhead somewhere, maybe they're around your house, maybe it's your next door neighbor, maybe it's somebody in 5 fucking towns over from you. What you want to do is share this shit out anywhere and everywhere. There is a metal lover. But before we get into this tasty topic, because I'm sure a lot of us have a lot to say, but we're going to take a quick commercial break to our brother over at Horror Struck Hot Sauce. Hotter than hell. Check it out. All right, that's right. If you got a penchant for all things dark and horrific, as well as a love of the hotter side of food, make sure you get on over to horrorstruckhotsauce.com and check out what he's got for you. Hell yeah, and especially there are a couple of new sponsors that we got coming up here. We're going to be talking about Fairy Crafts. And we have another clothing sponsor that's coming up too. So going to be some new faces, some new commercials here in just a little bit. But all right. Thank you for sharing that out. I totally appreciate you for doing that. And everybody that's out there. It's metal time. All right. So before maybe we just want to dive right in. Let me get back in my notes here real quick. Couple things right off rip. Iron Maiden has announced a North American tour. That's right. The fucking Iron Maiden is coming. And I'm not exactly sure who they're bringing with them on tour. But I mean, the fact that we pretty much thought that they were done, especially after Nico McBrain said that he was done with the band, yet here we go. So it should be interesting to see who is playing the unholy drums that is behind the monolith that is a metal staple in almost 60 years of metal history, Iron fucking Maiden. So it'll be nice if they come to your city, your state, your town, and you haven't seen them live, get on out there. Check it out. As a matter of fact, go ahead.
It's Iron Maiden, Megadeth, and Anthrax.
Oh, shit balls. What a show. 2 thrash bands. 2 thrash bands and fucking Iron Maiden on the same bill. I think that's fantastic.
Oh, hell yeah. I could deal without Anthrax, but I'd go to watch the other two.
Well, and that's really kind of funny that Megadeth is going as one of the.
I think it's part of their. I think it's the part. It's linking in with part of their last run that they're doing. I think though.
You think because the album's not out yet.
Yeah, I think it's going to be part of it that's leading up to it or some shit.
Gotcha.
I remember somebody was talking about it. It's been about a week or so, and I forgot what the fuck he said. But
the last news that I knew of was that they are planning. They're in the planning stages of that final tour. So, yeah. It's going to be massive, and I'm pretty sure Megadeth, especially our fearless leader, Dave Mustaine, wants to be sure that he is the headliner for every night of that tour.
That man has a set of nuts the size of Texas. I'm telling you.
Oh man, you said it, brother. I was thinking the exact same thing. This motherfucker, and I heard the interview. I found it. It was a little clip of somebody, I think it was either from like Loudwire or Metal Injection, that had asked him, "What are you doing?" It is confirmed, and it's definitely on there. And no, he did not get permission to do a cover of Metallica's Ride the Lightning. And here's the funny part about that. Y'all know that Dave Mustaine used to be the lead guitar player right before the band got signed for the Kill 'Em All record. And as you know, Ride the Lightning was the second record. Well, what he's telling everyone is he actually helped write that song before he was fired. Man, that's like 100 fucking years ago. The only people that truly know that would be him, James, and bullshit Lars.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Lars hates Dave with a passion because he got punked out by Dave at a party. So yeah, that's something he'll never let go of. And that's okay. You got bitched out. You got destroyed by Dave Mustaine. Anyways, I don't know. From my perspective, I think it is plausible that they had written up to that point so many different songs. You know, as well as anybody else does, you write a shit ton of songs, but record company for a record's only going to take what, 10 of them?
Yeah, especially back in the days. Yeah, the albums wasn't very long back in the day. You had long songs, but you didn't have like lengthy albums.
No, because they were still doing vinyl at that time.
Yeah,
like vinyl was still a going thing throughout.
the 80s. I've seen Dave in an interview somewhere, and he plain out said like Kurt just took his riffs and did what the best he could with them. So you got to think of how much shit he really did right, probably.
Exactly. I mean, legit. Kirk kind of came into a turnkey operation at that point. All he had to do was learn the riffs. But who knows? Maybe Ride the Lightning was one of the songs that didn't make it to the Kill 'Em All record, and they just kind of kept that on a demo tape somewhere and pulled it out for when they were going to do the second record. That's possible. And you got to love Dave for this. He said it's out of pure, unadulterated respect for James Hetfield that he wanted to basically do kind of a honoring of James Hetfield by playing that song. Because I'm assuming, obviously, the two of them sat down and wrote the riffs. It's hard to tell.
You gotta give Metallica credit where credit's due, because they are like the original fucking thrash band. They're the one that made everything popular. I'm not taking a thing away from them.
Me neither.
Past until
take Lars away from them all the time.
Oh yeah. If you did mention Metallica, I don't think about Lars. I think about the other two. But anyway,
I think about James and I think about Cliff fucking Burton. That's who I think of.
They did what they knew how to do, and they did it well. They made them millionaires. They pushed a genre. I ain't gonna say they created a genre because they ain't that way.
Now wait a minute. Bob the Cock Rock was the one that made them millionaires by making them dump their original thrash roots.
Yeah, but
and basically turned them into a heavier version of Guns N' Roses.
this is just something I've been thinking about. If you've listened to Ride the Lightning, it really does have that Megadeth feel to it. That song has a Megadeth feel. Going back, I'd like to hear Megadeth do the complete Ride the Lightning album from the beginning to end and just have their version of it. I think it'd be fucking amazing. You know it's going to be thrashier.
Yeah, well, yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, it's going to be thrash to the core. And I guarantee you that the version of Ride the Lightning we get on this Megadeth record, it's going to be faster than they probably did it.
I want him to do Creeping Death. That's what I want.
Oh, man. That would be pretty cool, too. But, you know, I don't know. I can't be mad at that. Even though I think he's got, you know, like we said, balls of fucking steel. He's like, I'm going out. Which is why I kind of feel like on the sly, Dave's like, this is my last fuck you to Metallica for
exactly. He's like, I'm retiring on my terms. I'm not going out looking like a fucking idiot. Fuck you. This is what I'm doing.
Right. And for everybody that is watching the broadcast, please, we want to know your thoughts on that too. Because I think it's one of the wildest stories in metalldom today. The fact that you know a rival band covers a staple tune.
It definitely wasn't expected. I was not expecting it.
Definitely not expected. I was like, ooh, wait. You know, that little bit of rebel in me was like, you go ahead, Dave. Take it to him. But be looking out for that as the new Megadeth album has not dropped yet. But it will be coming soon, along with a major final tour.
I'm just saying that all white cover looks fucking amazing. Like it's just
yeah, and his little dude, I forget his fucking name.
I can't remember either.
They're little. What do you call them?
Mascot.
Icons. Mascot. There we go. Thank you. Should be interesting. I mean, I've always loved it. I've loved that character, and it's always cool to see him in all the different styles.
Oh, yeah.
Limp Bizkit's original bassist, Sam Rivers, dies at age 48. That's how old, I mean, not how old I am. Holy
crazy,
fuck, man. That's kind of crazy because what were they just doing? They were getting wind back in their sails since, you know, they came out of nowhere. And burst back onto the scene and found out the people still want to see him. They call it dad rock, as I understand it, though.
The younger kid in me, like the kid version of me, wants to go see them just for the nostalgia factor of it, because like it's fucking Limp Bizkit. But the grown up me is like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Like right now, when everyone is like, I fucking love extreme metal, and here's Limp Bizkit.
You got to give it to him. Like Fred Durst may be a dick, but he's persistent.
I guarantee it, though, that them young bucks don't give two fucks about that band. Because I think that because they didn't have the type of success that Korn did, kids that are much younger, you know, growing up with dads who were there when that movement of metal was coming out. God damn it. That they would be more apt to see Korn before they see Limp Bizkit. Lars' face is a cat's butthole. That is the hashtag to end all hashtags.
I can't see comments for some reason. They're not loading on mine, so you're just going to have to tell me whatever they say. That's what I'm trying to do now is get it to refresh so I can see shit, but it's not working.
Well, that's why I had to put that up there. Thank you, Morty. Always appreciated, sir. And hopefully you're doing good this evening. Woo! Whew. So sad to hear that. He was a great bass player. I mean, the rhythm section of Limp Bizkit has always been top notch. Definitely more on the groovier kind of sort of hip hop, but
That's all
side.
West. That groove comes all from West Borland.
Oh, now you can't tell me that the bassist and the drummer.
Well, I'm just saying, like he's like
picking that shit up, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Wes one hell of a guitar player.
Oh, very much so. I've said it 1,000 times. Motherfucker's in the wrong band, and I'll probably still say that to this day. Also, to let you guys know, Soulfly's new album Shama is out right now. As a matter of fact, if you go back a couple of episodes of Tracks of the Damned, we did play a short clip off of one of those deep cuts. So check it out. It's worth it. It's the Soulfly that everybody deserves. Speaking of a song and a band that fucking metal needs right now, especially now, is a band by the name of Samael. Unholy fuck. They have released a song, and I went and I listened to it, of course, and it blew me the fuck away. Let me just go back a little bit. So this band is
satanic as fuck.
Well, yeah. Not only that, but we love them for that. Yes, we do. But they're not your run-of-the-mill typical black metal band that does the face paint and all of the other stuff, even though that we love those theatrics, which I plan on blowing open one of these episodes about black metal and some of the bands that I feel really contributed to all the phases in the waves of black metal, and those that were just there to, I don't know, pick the bones because they knew the formula. They went with that, and they basically had no heart because they didn't believe in anything that they were actually saying. That's a whole nother episode, though, because we'll be talking about Watain, because Watain is celebrating 30 years of blasphemy.
And they're also doing their last tour.
That's right. And Watain is going to be done. And they set out to do everything they did. And I'll tell you what, agents of Lucifer, they are, without a doubt. What was that?
I did the quotations because most bands say they're done.
Right.
And then a few years, like,
come back. Well, Watain was never about the fame, and that's something really, really interesting that I uncovered in a recent documentary that I watched the other day. But where was I going with that? I know I was going somewhere. Hang on. Samael is definitely the real fucking deal. These musicians are fucking insane, and they bring a little something different to the table. Part of their formula, which is kind of unheard of in the realm of black metal, is industrial. They have a lot of industrial things running through their music, as well as some very, very good symphonic black metal as well. So if you're a Cradle of Filth fan, this is definitely a band you would be a fan of as well. Although their lead vocalist, though, is a balls to the wall fucking, I'm going to punch my fist right through you, and I'm going to wave at you from your backside. The dude's voice is fucking incredible. The new track is called Black Matter Manifesto. The video is fucking nuts. So if you want to check that shit out, it's currently on YouTube right now via Napalm Records. The full album is not available yet, but I'm telling you, you take one listen to this new track and you're going to be a fan if you like the apocalyptic styles of, Satan rising from the pit with the trident in hand and ready to destroy everyone. So definitely worth a listen.
What's wrong with black metal? Mayhem just released a new song too.
They did, yes. I heard that they
Weep for Nothing. They're working on the album too. I haven't listened to it yet because my work week has been busy as shit, and I haven't had time to slow down and listen to anything. So I plan on doing it over the weekend.
Now, we all have a topic here that I think is going to lead right into what we were going to be discussing as the main points of tonight. Is this fucking joke of a list of Grammy nominees for best metal performance. Metal is metal for a reason. Shit, let's just say it to its core. Even rock and roll was never about accolades. Although one's body of work, I think, at the end of the day, makes you a legend. You have rocked every corner of the world, and have legions of fans behind you. And that's not to say the bands that are being nominated for this award don't have that. My thing is they ain't been around long enough. We're talking about best metal performance for a Grammy. So what's the first fucking band that comes to your mind? And it comes to my mind every fucking, actually two, I'll say two. There's two fucking bands that always pop up in my head. And no, I don't ever want
Ghost and Sleep Token is what they're gonna.
Okay, Ghost is definitely one that always pops in my head. The other one, of course, is Slipknot, because they've won Grammys in the past too. So we're kind of used to that, right? Ghost is always nominated. Fucking they are nominated. Metallica gets nominated for any fucking thing. And
I'm fine with Slipknot because I'm fine with Slipknot because Slipknot has balls origins. Their nuts just shriveled up a little bit over time. But they can still perform fucking People Equal Shit or the Heretic Anthem or anything like that live. And it'd be fucking just like it was. Corey's vocals has changed a little bit, but because he fried his vocals with fucking Subliminal Verse tour. He fucked his vocal cords up. So he can't do it as heavy no more, but I'm fine with it.
When you don't use proper technique.
The key thing is they're fucking metal. That's the whole thing.
Straight up. Ghost, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter how awesome that their imagery is, their message. There is nothing metal about them.
They need to be in the rock and roll category.
I very much so. I would even say hard rock. Let's say hard. Yeah. I could say hard rock, and I would be totally fine with that. What's wrong with that? Now, their first couple of records were actually pretty heavy. But at the end of the day, Tobias Forge knew to do the Black Mass worldwide, we're going to have to tone down a little. And that's okay. They're one of the great shows, as I understand it. The Blasphemous show is by far one of the hottest, delicious type of shows. But at the end of the day, though, they're not metal. They're just not. So why are they, in that category? And to say Sleep Token at this point, just because there are teeny tidbits of metal sprinkled in with what they're doing, they're not 100%. Lemmy would say that they are not metal. I mean, be real about that. Metal is aggressive. What's aggressive about basically talking about I want to fuck your brains out? They basically are an R&B rock outfit, and that's okay. I mean, again, I don't mind the gimmick and all that stuff. They want to stay anonymous for whatever reason. I don't know. So what? So they can sit back, laugh, and collect the dough and the chicks. Maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. But at the end of the day, good band. I would rather see Testament get a fucking award. Death Clock. Would love to see them get a Grammy. Shit, let's take it a step further. Cannibal Corpse. I mean, What other death metal band has been around as long as them and still playing all the big fucking shows? I would love to see them because why? They are legit metal. Gojira would even be acceptable. How's come we're not giving Gojira one? I don't know. That blows my mind.
I can name a few bands that I've seen live that would blow the other bands' ass out of the water and just.
Oh, without a doubt. What the fuck, Dream Theater? Are you fucking kidding me? God damn it. I'm not taking anything away from the musicians, but motherfucker, man, they ain't metal. That's not metal. That's like throwing Motley Crue in there and getting a Grammy.
I don't want to say Dream Theater's not metal. They're just not a heavy form of metal. You know what I mean? They're like the light.
They're a progressive metal band.
Yeah, progressive metal. Yeah, they're that style. They're not.
That's
what we define as metal.
Right. It doesn't matter how complicated the music is. And for everyone out there that may or may not be a fan of this band, I'm not shitting on them. I'm just saying they don't belong in this category, at least in my opinion. There are so many different genres. I'd like to, the one that I thought was actually a good pick is Spiritbox. That's a pretty decent band.
They're iffy with me.
Well, take us through it. Tell us what you think. Why are they iffy?
They have too much of a popish flair for me. They have too much of a pop influence, and I don't like pop in my metal music. I'm just saying, I just don't.
They've kind of towed the line a little bit as far as doom metal, which is why we don't see bands like oh god damn it, Paradise Lost. We won't see them get a Grammy, which they should.
Fuck yeah.
Or Moonspell, or one of our.
I'd like to see Paradise Lost, Gojira.
Sure.
Well, yeah, Candlemass, but I'm trying to think about. I'm trying to think of bands that are still more actively.
Yeah.
But Creator for damn sure. Like
just put out a blistering fucking record.
Yeah, but the only downfall is the people are bitching about them using AI, which I get it. I'm not a fan of it neither, but the fucking song is fucking amazing. Look, just don't pay attention to the video. Fuck.
Can you complain really though? Because the budgets nowadays ain't what they're used to. It's cheaper to do an AI video than it is to actually have actors, have a location, shooting, the camera guy, the director, the whole 9 yards. That's really the problem. That's why a lot of bands are cheating right now.
Paradise Lost.
This,
Paradise Lost, Gojira, Creator. And y'all know I'm going to put fucking Lorna Shore in there. Y'all, they don't like it.
Goodness. With that fucking song, Glenwood.
Yeah, Glenwood. Yeah.
Yeah. That song easily could win a performance, best metal performance. Yeah.
That's what I don't get. People want to put stupid shit up and just make it fucking famous. When 99% of the time, most metal tells a fucking story. If you pay attention, you're going to have a fucking story that's worthy of getting an award, not just some chick shaking her ass or somebody singing about fucking.
Right.
You got to look at the fucking.
Rob Zombie? I said, are you listening out there, Rob Zombie?
I wouldn't mind seeing Rob Zombie get a Grammy because some of his, especially for this new album that's fucking coming out, if it continues like that new song.
I think the only awards they ever won was MTV Video Awards.
Probably.
I think he won for when he was still in White Zombie, but nothing of his solo career. That's kind of crazy. Morty says Ghost is emo rock. I feel that. Not so much emo. He's He's not, okay. He's passionate about the devil. Okay, he's passionate about Satanism. Uh, he just does it in a much lighter kind of way.
He okay. He drinks his tea with his pinky out lightweight. That's how light it is.
When in doubt, pinky out.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not shitting on them. They're a good band. They're just not fucking metal, man. They're not. Fucking love
Exactly right. Oh man. So that really does that. I don't know. I don't know how much y'all feel about it, but obviously the wrong bands are they're just not on what we would consider us as a metal people.
Can you imagine?
Not just us. We're talking about everybody. I mean, at
Can
this
you
point,
imagine?
people are sick of gimmicks. I'll tell you that.
Can you imagine what the crowd's face would look like if they seen Will up there performing to the Hellfire?
Oh, dude, you would see
I'd-
those chicks in the front row with their thousands of dollars fucking cocktail dress going, what the fuck is this?
Especially when he hits that fucking
Horrifying.
gnarly ass breakdown. They wouldn't
like
fucking
this isn't
know.
the hip hop that's been poured down my throat. I can't,
Speaking of hip hop,
I can't get jiggy with this shit.
I seen a post talking about that the other day. For the first time since the 90s, there is not a hip hop song in the top 40.
Ah, that's right.
I'm like, is there any rock and roll or metal songs in there for fuck's sake?
Well, actually, Ghost's album, when it just recently came out, went straight to number one.
Did it? Holy shit.
Number one.
Holy
Actually,
shit.
we even said that on the track show because it was big
I
news
forgot.
for a minute. But there was another quasi type metal band that also charted really high. Don't forget, Gojira did the same thing a few years back. So it's like we're getting there. We are showing the world that yes, we are very much alive, and yes, we fucking rock. And everybody,
I can support those bands.
Sure.
I can support those bands that's on the Grammys as a gateway band. That's what they would. They're going to
Very
get
much.
some. They're going to pique somebody's curiosity, and they're going to discover heavier and heavier and heavier as they go. That way, but
definitely, I'm definitely with that. Which brings us to the music business as a whole. I mean, we've talked about how hard it is just for bands to make any money. You got Spotify in your pocket, Pandora in your pocket, Amazon Music in your pocket. Anything that DistroKid can get you distribution on is in your pocket. There's only one true form of distribution that really gets your music out there, and also you get paid for, which is known as Bandcamp. So if you are not a Bandcamp subscriber, know that if you do, you're actually truly supporting the bands that you are buying stuff from. So keep that in mind. But there was a little thing that we talked about last Friday, and I know this is not Defiler's favorite topic, but he called it right, and boy, was it literally. I got so mad after I because I was like, wait a minute. Okay, first of all, when you have a whole band of satanic nuns, that shit's hot. If you saw what was all over their stage setup, it was great. Was the music great? Some of it, not so bad. Could I rock out to it? No, but if they were standing in front of me, I'd be like, yes, I have sinned.
What the fuck?
For real though. I mean, you know, how many times you see those wonderful, wonderful satanic shirts where you got some nun and you know she's all naughty, you know, on it.
I have a drawing of one.
Loves that shit, huh?
Said I have a drawing of a nun that's doing some unholy thing.
Yeah, even Defiler over there defiled some of that. But the fact of the matter is, what I uncovered was worse. So much worse. So it turns out that this band was a fabrication of two, now, dare I say, dumbasses, because everyone hates them right now, because this has all come to light. They wanted to put together, kind of like what I was saying, the other side of Ghost, but do it with an all-female band. And it was kind of reminded me a lot of like Vixen and some of the other female bands from the 80s. With a little bit of a harder edge, because let's face it, the guitarist, the bass player, the drummer, pretty fucking good. And the latest gal that they had as their lead vocalist, because they've already had two, was actually a very good singer. And they were all professional, and they brought the thing. But the thing is, though, they never wrote the songs. Not a single one of them.
Rebecca had read an article. She told me about it. We were sitting in there the other night. It was like last weekend. And maybe was it last weekend or the end of the week when you read it? Anyways, she read a whole fucking ordeal from what, like, the chick that they were trying to get to be the lead singer. She's the one that kind of pushed that shit out. Like, if you signed that contract, you signed a contract that no matter if you're in the band, quit the band, you have no rights to anything that was there. They can use your face, your image, your anything, any fucking time they want, even if you're not there.
Hence the outfit and the paint.
Yeah.
Because every vocalist that goes through that band has the same paint. There's no difference. Not a single one of them.
They only got paid what, $100? It was
shitty. It was. They was
only getting paid $100 per show. Then, if you helped write anything, if you put any fucking talent forward whatsoever, instead of being on a stage and being a fucking butt monkey, you didn't get any credit. You didn't get credit for it. You didn't get paid for it. Nothing. None of it.
Nope.
They was just a fucking puppet. And I'm sorry.
You were there for eye candy and to rock.
I don't give a fuck what a band looks like. If I can't listen to them, I'm not fucking watching them. That's just how it is. I have to be like, I have to hear music, and like it has to make my brain turn and make me like it for me to fucking watch it. If they sound like shit, I'm not fucking watching. I don't care what they look like. This is how it is, and that's...
Oh, well, that's why I took it a couple of steps further and watched a few of their live shows, because somebody has literally videotaped one of their shows in almost every state in the United States, as well as all of the foreign countries that they've played. And these chicks have played everywhere. And I was like literally trying to find, like, where is the country of origin? Where are they from? You know, because I'm always interested in that. I kind of thought that they came from Europe, because Europe is still very big on 80s. And I kind of felt like this kind of fit that, you know, I don't want to call it easy listening, but just more poppy style of metal, glam, if you will.
This one, it's not like your typical female glam band from the 80s, like Heart, Vixen, shit like that.
Yeah. But the lyrics, though, are diabolical. Yeah. They are absolutely blasphemous in every way possible, without being too over, you know. But you could clearly see that these two guys that were their management team brainchild this whole thing. They're running the show. They're just hiring these musicians to step in, play the character. And as long as nobody makes waves, you still have a job. And it's not even one that you could like stop working your day job for. And these girls are going all over the United States, all over Europe, and they're making bootsy, nothing, zero at the end of the day.
I think it was $100 a show.
Exactly. What the fuck is $100 going to do? Oh, and the one gal even said she was helping to run the merch booth. Didn't get a cut of that either. So
Nice,
at the end of the day, there are what I like to call music predators out there that they want complete control over everything that this band does. And I have found some very, very popular bands that have been taken advantage of that maybe you don't know. Oh, I don't disagree with you right there at all, Rebecca. I think it's very possible that the lyrics were generated by AI. Why not? Everything else about this band was prefabricated before they even had any real musicians.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Now, obviously, the two guys that started this thing from finding out about their backgrounds and stuff, they have musician backgrounds. They know how to play guitar and shit like that, know how to write a song. But let's take it back. Let's take it back to before 1974. Black Sabbath has been ripped, one of the most biggest war machine metal bands, invented fucking heavy metal, and their management was ripping them off for the first 4 years of Sabbath. Now, this will get you. The band members were only paid $1,000 each. Now, mind you, back in the 70s, $1,000 was a lot of money. You could probably afford a little bit more. And from various interviews, Geezer, Tony, Ozzy, they've all said, oh, we thought we had made it because, $1,000, we thought that was a lot of money because, they were poor their entire life. So they didn't know what a whole lot of money actually was, right? And then their management bought them each a house and cars. What does that sound like to you? Do you remember that story about the record company that got a whole bunch of African-American musicians, got them on record and started, making them stars? How did he pay them? In cars. It wasn't really money. It was things, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of how it feels here with Sabbath. That they wouldn't say anything because guess what? Their management received $250,000 fee for the event wherever the band played. $250,000, to which a total of $4,000 was paid out to the whole band because there's only 4 guys, $1,000 each, and they kept the rest. Are you kidding me?
Man, this shit like that still. The thing is, you can plainly see there's still shit like that happening today.
It floors me to death that this is still happening in 2025. And there's other bands that are having management issues. One of the bands that played at the fest that we were at, that were a part of the Tennessee Metal Devastation Fest. As a matter of fact, the original management team for Raven Black was doing a lot of shady shit, and they weren't making the kind of money that they were supposed to. And they ended up having to part ways because they did a lot of shows for not a whole lot of nothing. But the management was making out like fucking big cats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we feel it even in the independent circuit. Like I said,
that's one thing about Raven and Zach. They're going to take care of the bands that play. They're going to do everything they can for them.
Oh, absolutely. Which is why I'm so glad that a festival like that exists. Because how do we know what bands make from some of these big festivals? Tattoo the Earth, the Knot Fest, and shit like that. To some of these bands, I bet you they feel like oh, we're just getting the ability to play out in front of so many people that want to see Slipknot. And maybe we'll pick up some fans from that, right? But what are they actually getting paid, though? Or did they have to pay to be on that festival in the first place? I used to hear a thing about the Great Ozfest, and nothing against Ozfest. Ozfest is fantastic. There used to be a rumor that bands had to pay 10 grand just to be on the second stage.
I don't know, because I don't think that's true, because
but it was a rumor.
If you go back and if you watch some of the Osbournes podcast, Jack was the one that was bringing all them bands forward mainly.
No, that's right. Him and his sister were doing.
I don't really believe that. That's something I'd like to look into and find out if it's true or not.
Trust me.
But there is.
it would be interesting to know. You know.
But there is festivals people have to pay to get on to and shit, and I'm like, why? Why would
look at Led Zeppelin? They ended up starting their own label after 2 or 3 years, 2 or 3 albums, because the record company, they figured out that they were being fucking shit on, and they started their own record label, which is, you know, pretty much how they got bigger and bigger and bigger, and brought a lot of bands with them during the heyday of the 70s. So another one that you might maybe not, I don't know, Aerosmith. I know they're not exactly metal, they're more of a hard rock band, but in the mid 80s their manager Tim Collins forced the band into a very strict, sober environment, which was best for them.
Yeah,
let's be real. And Collins was later fired by the band and accused of using manipulative and controlling tactics, reportedly spreading rumors about the band to damage their reputation. So there's a history of big bands and their management having issues like this. I mean, and if it's not the management, because, you know, we see maybe 1, 2 great albums from somebody, and then all of a sudden they disappear. Well, why is that? Obviously, contractual, bad. Maybe they didn't make the kind of money that they were supposed to do. Managers are promising things that they can't deliver on. And let's face it, you get an all-female metal band together and you think they're not being objectified on purpose, they're going to know that. Which is why it's coming out, you know, all over the place. But then again, we have a lot of very successful female-fronted bands that are doing very well. But unfortunately, it's, you know, there's some skeevy fucking people still hanging around in the business that are just trying to capitalize on whatever they think is going to make them a shit ton of fucking money. Because the first band we talked about, it's only been around for 3 years. And they have million follower status. That's kind of unheard of, right? It just doesn't happen like that. It takes bands years to get to a point where, you know, not everybody was Ozzy. Ozzy was in one of the greatest original metal bands of all time, and then went on to have an even bigger, you know, solo career. So sure, but even at his lowest point, he had to work super fucking hard with those first 2 records to gain some of that notoriety back. It's just that people knew who he was and where he was from. They knew he was from Sabbath. So you're talking about new bands trying to make it, but they're getting screwed along the way. And then that just fucking sucks.
Like Ozzy was to the point, like I don't remember what documentary it was in. I don't remember if it was on the podcast. Mm-hmm. You know, when after Sabbath, Sharon pushed Ozzy to put some shit together. And once Randy come into the picture, I think they only gave them like a fucking month to make Blizzard of Oz.
Yeah,
So they
do you
had to
know why
put
that is?
Wizard of Oz out in a fucking month's time, write the entire fucking album, record it, put it in everything.
Yep.
You gotta think he paid his fucking dues, but he had somebody behind him pushing them for a good side, not just using to exploit them to make fucking money off of them.
Well, that's what Jet Records was doing to him.
Yeah.
Which, you know, we found out was Sharon's father's record company. And he's like, that son of a bitch is still under contract. I don't care that he got kicked out of Sabbath. And that's when Sharon stepped in and said, hey, let me go talk to him. Let me get him together. Guarantee you we'll have records. Because she was trying to get him out of his contract with him. And that's a tough thing. Man, never sign anything without reading it, people. I don't care if it's a job contract, any regular job, doesn't matter. Don't sign shit unless you literally fucking know that contract inside and out. Because somewhere you can get screwed. We hear about it all the time. How many friends have we had that have signed contracts doing other shit? And they try to get out of it and they can't. I mean, I knew some friends that worked for a couple of major retail outfits. And if you tried to get out of your employment contract, that you literally had to pay them something back if you wanted to go somewhere else. Like there was a certain amount of money that you had to pay back to them just to let you out of your job, and you wanted to go work for somebody else. That's pretty insane, right?
Like there's a certain big brand drink that everybody buys, and if you work for them, you cannot drink it in public or anything else but that in public. If you're one of their workers, you can only drink their product in public.
That's real?
Yeah.
Are they going to follow you around with a fucking camera and go, caught you?
No, but it's legitimately in their contract when you get hired.
That's the craziest damn thing I ever heard. Well, it's just it's just like casinos, though. Take that for instance. If you work for said casino, you cannot gamble there when you're not on duty.
It's like
it's like dangling a carrot in front of somebody, right? And they're watching people win on that machine or this machine, whatever. If you want to do that, you better go somewhere else. What is the
if you
point
work?
of that?
They'll tell you when you work for Walmart, even if you're off duty, if you're not on work, if you're not at work and you're in another Walmart and you act a fucking fool, you can get fired because you were still in Walmart.
Holy shit balls. Well, here's my thing. They probably stuck that in there knowing that you see how people act in Walmart every day. So we better not see you fucking up at some other Walmart. And you probably wouldn't want to because you don't want to be known as one of those people.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I got rolled up on my day off.
Oh, man.
Yep.
How does that happen? Somebody tell me. I need to know.
I'll tell you the whole story if you want me
to. You go right ahead because that's pretty damn interesting.
I worked in automotive.
Uh-huh.
And there's a bathroom for automotive employees only. Had a sign on it. I went in through there on my day off. I was going in there to get something. I had a friend that worked in there, and he was an older man.
Uh-huh.
He had gout. The bathroom door in that shop would get stuck.
Sure.
And like if it would get stuck. It would not open. It wouldn't be locked. It just wouldn't open. So as I was walking in there, he was knocking on the door. Nobody answered. I knocked on the door. Nobody answered. So I kicked it, some bitch open.
Whoa.
When I did, there was a said employee that drove a semi for them was in there on the toilet.
Oh boy.
So when I kicked the door open, It pissed him off. And he
Sure.
went and called corporate, telling that people could see him. There was females that could see him. Da, 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 da. And I walked into the main building. And my friend said, "Damn, it stunk in there." When he said that, I started laughing, and I got rolled up
He
on my
started
day.
a revolution.
I got rolled up on my day off for doing that. For basically, they put it down because I laughed about it. Is the reason I got rolled up. But
all because somebody was literally ass hurt, apparently.
In a bathroom that said
Exactly, not
TL.
laughing at.
He's a truck driver that's going from Walmart to Walmart to Walmart, and the sign on the bathroom door says TLE employees only.
Uh-huh. Oh, what's that tell you? He don't give two fucks.
So you work there, you can't get rolled up on your day off.
That's right. And well, apparently you can get screwed in the music business if you don't read the fine print. Look at that piece of business with Korn. That's a recent thing also. David Silveria, the original drummer on some of the most classic albums, can't get royalties. How the fuck do we do that? Just because he left the band, he's no longer entitled to royalties? I mean, there's a story there. I don't know if you're too familiar with it, but
I haven't looked into that one. I don't know that one.
There's a lawsuit and it resulted in a legal battle. I do believe he ended up getting maybe a lump sum or something to buy him out of. That's another thing. Are you really willing to sell your royalties on your work on said albums, okay, for a lump sum, but yet the band that continues on is just making money hand over fist? Because let's face it, Korn is not small potatoes in the metal world.
I don't care what happened. It's like that sparks a whole. I'll say that after this. Sure. I don't care what happens with a band. If somebody leaves because this person don't like them, they leave because of this, or this. If they put out this much of material with this band and they got this band noticed, this A through Z fucking album they should get paid for when the rest of it goes to the later members. Mm-hmm. They should be getting their royalties no matter if they're with them, in good standings, in bad standings, or what. They made the fucking content. Give them their fucking money. I hate that shit, man.
Well, it's Kiss all over again. When you think
that was about to be my next point. Apparently, there's something come out about. There's apparently something that's come out about Gene and Paul and $15 million is something to deal with Ace Frehley.
That's right. Because when they got rid of the quote unquote problems, they made them sell their shares of the royalties. And again, lump sum. Where's that $15 million? Well, guess what? It's in Paul Stanley's and fucking Gene Simmons' back pocket. Because they continued, if I remember correctly, if my memory serves, obviously all those classic records that Ace and Peter Criss were on, they continued to make money for years on those records.
Yeah, because they sold their rights to their makeup and everything.
Whole 9 yards. But at least when they got the newer guys in the band, they changed the makeups.
Not really, not much.
Except for Vinnie Vincent.
Eric Singer still has Peters too.
He did.
It was,
I think that was part of his contract that he had to. But Vinnie Vincent,
oh shit,
he had a Frehley kind of look. And Eric Carr was known as the Fox and not the Peter Criss makeup. Because if you look at the Creatures of the Night tour,
yeah, that's Eric Carr. Eric Carr, he had the Fox makeup.
He had the Fox makeup.
Eric Singer's the guy that's with him now. And, but in the 90s, he had long blonde hair, but he's got his hair cut short and dyed black and looks just like Peter Criss.
Well,
but,
yeah.
It says new report claims that Gene and Paul stole $15 million from Ace Frehley, and it's saying Eddie Trunk responds.
Ooh, well, Eddie Trunk knows his shit.
He's friends with Ace Frehley. He's been friends with him for the last 40 years.
Yup.
That's what I'm trying to find is what Eddie says, which it'll load.
So
Eddie's.
I mean, it just goes to show you whether it's management, but business, just the business side of metal can be ugly, and it's still happening to this day, which is really sad. So,
going back to this goes back to the
to the who?
It says it goes back to the 1996 reunion tour.
Oh, gotcha.
It says it was a video that was released called The Untold Legacy. It says the video painted a dramatic picture of Ace Frehley, pen in hand, unknowingly signing away millions of dollars backstage at Madison Square Garden before taking the stage in front of 18,000 fans. The narrative suggested that Simmons and Stanley's legal team pulled off a masterfully crafted contract trap that left Space Ace unpaid for one of rock's most lucrative tours.
Wow. That is unholy fucking wrong. That makes perfect sense. Why? What did they do? They took advantage of somebody who was still using. I get it. That's a pretty easy ruse to pull off. If someone's fucked up and they don't realize what they're signing.
Eddie, that as we know, people can literally make up anything online that he wrote. And sadly, a ton do. The video immediately lost credibility within the first 2 minutes when it incorrectly stated that Kiss fired Ace. He clarified that Frehley left the band, and that alone made the video unreliable. So there's a back and forth debate on it or not.
Gotcha.
But
still, that's kind of crazy. If anything like that actually.
So. Yeah.
So if
I hate to say it because, like I said, Kiss was my band when I was one of my bands when I.
Well, sure.
I think there's a delay like coming through. My bad.
That's all right. That's why I keep pausing.
Like I feel like it's fucking you up. I'm like, oh shit. Anyways, what I was gonna say is not important. Go ahead.
No, seriously. Did you had something else to add?
I was just gonna say, like, Kiss when I was growing up was one of those bands for me. As a kid, you're gonna love seeing them. You love seeing Gene do his thing with Fire and Blood and Ace and everything. But as I grow older, I'd look past the band and I looked at the people. And I hate to say it, like, I don't think Paul would do it so much, but I have a feeling that's some shit Gene would pull. And I hate to fucking say that. But I don't know.
Well, that just goes to show you some of the most iconic bands have had troubles, whether it was them being the money grubbing bastards that they are, between themselves and former members, or the management or record company takes advantage of you. So, and it's not going away, guys. so many industry people right now are constantly talking about what is really going on behind the scenes. And I feel like record companies like Napalm Records, you have all these indie labels that are doing things now, are able to get off the ground, are treating bands better than some of the most staple record companies. Like, you know, I don't know. It's a miracle that somebody like Ozzy, somebody like Judas Priest, and some of the biggest, best bands of all time that are still out there and still rocking aren't getting screwed. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they have the money to fight, because there's a lot of bands that have smaller bands that have trouble, don't have nearly the type of fortunes, like the bands of the 80s. How many of those guys went fucking piss house poor for leaving a band or got released from a band and they went to the poorhouse?
I think that's the reason Priest and like everybody that's still going is going, because they went through shit in the 80s. They seen what not to fucking do, and they know like this motherfucker's not talking right. Fuck y'all, we're gone.
Yep.
I mean, that's legit. Like they just had to live and learn. Is probably pretty much, and that's hard in today. That's hard in today's age because shit's so fucking easily swooped and dwindled in front of you.
Mm.
And it's just going to hook your ass, hook, line, and sinker with everything.
Well, and I think there's other people too that you have to watch out for. How about all these festival promoters? Or all these little, two-bit hustling fucking production companies. I say production companies that bring in bands and pocket half the fucking proceeds after the fact. So many horror stories all over the place. So the fact it's truly an ongoing problem.
Mm-hmm.
Big time.
Guys, if you're going to support a band, go to the show. Buy physical fucking merch for one thing. Buy physical CDs, buy vinyls, buy fucking cassette tapes, buy shirts. And if you're doing it, if you go to a big ass venue and you do not see at least somebody that's representing the band or one of the band members there themselves selling that shit, don't fucking buy it there. Because the venue is going to get most of the fucking profits. Order it from Bandcamp. Find somebody that's direct to their label or something like that. Because most bands nowadays have Bandcamp. They have the direct line to their merch on there.
I mean, motherfucker, we got hoodies that we could have got for $40, which I think is fair. It's a hoodie it's well pressed. It's going to last you a long time. To now spending $80 to $90 on a hoodie.
Me and Rebecca both have Casket Robberies hoodies we got like 2 or 3 years ago at the festival here. And like we paid $60 for them. They're independent. So that I'd rather pay $70 to an independent band that's putting their own shit out than $70 to a fucking record label that's the band's not gonna see shit off of. And those hoodies are still holding up. They look brand fucking new. We wear them all the time.
For real.
You get quality shit.
That's because you know that those bands are actually going to get the money.
Yeah.
It helps them to tour. It helps them to buy gear, replace gear, any number of things. And it sucks that at the end of the day, music in general is a business. It's worse now because the prime delivery of said music is online or in an app. And people just, what's a CD player? I don't have one of those. Oh, is that something my dad had 20 years ago? You get attitudes like that. I say, fuck the apps. Seriously.
I can't lie. I use YouTube music every fucking day at work just because it's convenient. But if I'm driving, I'm using physical fucking media to listen to shit. I'm actually listening to CDs and shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What if we could, if, people are obviously still going to buy vinyl and don't even say it's people that are like in their 40s or 50s. It's not just them. There are people of all fucking ages still buying vinyl because you can't beat the sound. You just can't beat the sound of that. And that's why it's not going away. And they keep getting reissues.
This is Lorna Shore on fucking vinyl. Mm-hmm. This is Lorna Shore's new album. Look, it's on actual vinyl, people. It doesn't hurt to buy physical fucking media. And record players are not that expensive. If you get a decent one,
not anymore, no.
But you can buy a decent fucking record player at Walmart. They make them by, there's a brand called Crowley, and they fucking close up, and they have speakers built into it. Guess what? If it's just getting you to start, it's worth playing, and it's worth buying physical fucking media.
Absolutely.
And that shows you that bands are still putting out fucking vinyl. Like Lorna Shore's a fucking new age deathcore band. There's vinyl right there. So, sorry guys, my hair was in my fucking eye. I had to get it out. But
no, that's okay.
but I can't
bands go through so much shit behind the scenes. You have no idea unless you've been in a band. You've had to deal with a nightclub, and they all want to rip you off at the fucking tickets just to come see you. You figure as a band, you sell 100 tickets or more. Your cut of that is awful. Yeah. And don't forget, the venue is making how much on their fucking watered down booze and their beer singles.
Last time I actually bought alcohol at an event was the first time I seen Lorna Shore in Memphis, and it was a beer, like a beer, it was a normal beer, it was a Coors Banquet. That motherfucker was $9.
Get the fuck out of here! That's the cost of a 6-pack in the store.
It was Coors Banquet, and it was $9 for that motherfucker. $9. I don't know if it was just. I don't like beer, and I don't know if it was just because it was so goddamn hot in there it tasted good, or if it actually just tasted good. But I know it was good. Growlers is a fun place, but that's a place you're gonna pay your dues at if you're getting if you see a metal band there. It's hot. It's not a very big venue, and it's a restaurant during the day, and at night it's a venue, and it's hot.
Yeah,
but
that's how these places stay in business. It's like, oh, we have a big name coming through. You're gonna pay extra.
And I think the last I haven't been to Growlers and probably it's been well over a year, but. Like the last I heard, they wasn't going to be doing big bands anymore. They was just going to start supporting local talent again. Like they was just going to be
good. I think the community should invest, in local talent, especially keeping them safe.
Yeah,
if you can. But seriously,
it's right on Poplar Avenue. You just a couple of streets over from some shit.
Well, I mean, it's back home in my old state. You got a handful, maybe two nightclubs, in Akron, and then you have maybe one or two in Cleveland that you can play in, and then nothing. And I mean nothing unless you go all the way down to Columbus, Ohio. And then you have a couple of joints that you can play at least the ones that aren't doing just cover bands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if you're a working band and you're trying to remain a working band, there's not much for you, which is why, even being an independent band, you have to try to go regionally which means neighboring states to your state, in order to try to get any kind of success. Because if you just play inside your state and that's it, you might be hometown strong, but you ain't gonna go nowhere.
Around here, you got in Memphis, you got Growlers, B-Side, Minglewood Hall, and then the Forum, which the Forum is for massive bands.
Oh,
sure.
You got it. Just by the name alone says that, you got
the bars on Beale Street, but they're not metal bands. Then Nashville, you have the End. The End is one of them. You're gonna pay your dues in place too. Like there's no holds barred in that motherfucker. Anything goes.
Chicken wire and everything.
Like the band is up on a platform and you're literally right there, and there's people throwing fucking elbows.
Oh, sure.
It's legit. Sure. There's another one called Vinyl Tap.
Like that.
There's another one called Vinyl Tap. Then you're gonna have to go to fucking the Hall in Little Rock. And that's really all you're going, because the bars in Nashville are mainly country bars, which Bon Jovi opened his bar. Bon Jovi. Yeah, hold on. Bon Jovi opened his bar on Broadway, and he had a fucking metal show there, like within the first few nights. Dead ass.
Well, thank goodness, because that's who he was opening up for in the 80s.
Yeah, he has a bar on Broadway now. But
yeah. All right. Well, that's
like
cool.
that's the venues around here that I know of, like bands can go play. But
and like I said, the moral to the story, everybody out there in the Black Flame universe, is this: bands go through a lot of shit, and a lot of people want to have their hands in the pockets of said talent. And all these motherfuckers, man or woman, doesn't matter, want to rock. And they want to rock out for you. So if you can support them, fucking awesome. You know the ways to do that. Unfortunately, big corp, which means record companies, management, all of them could be ripping them off. But if they are able to come to your town, you dig them, you love them, buy some merch from them. It really does help, because you never know what they're dealing with. You don't know what their contract says.
Yeah,
you know what I
mean? I bought a member of Enterprise Earth at Growlers a fucking drink one night. The one time I seen him, I bought him a shot. Well, we just took a shot. So even buying them alcohol help. Yeah.
Shit.
Because you got to think they're traveling. They ain't getting paid. Everything coming from that merch is going right back into gas, food, everything else. So if you want to make them feel like you appreciate them, buy them a fucking drink. It's not gonna.
It's true. A lot of touring bands are self-sustained because that they have to. That's the only way. And hope to play on some good bills. And if they're lucky, they can get picked up on some bigger shows with bigger bands, and hopefully snowballing from that. They get recommended to some of the bigger independent labels that can do a whole hell of a lot more for them. It's such a slippery slope. But again, beware of, some of these upstart production companies or entertainment companies that make sure they put a project together that they know they can make a boatload off of, but the band ain't going to see the fucking dividends at all. So that's why we kind of wanted to kind of highlight this, because bands through time have all gone through this shit. Bands that you thought never in a million years would have. And there's, again, you want to check out some of these things. YouTube is a indispensable resource when it comes to kind of shining the light on some of this shit. You're like, oh, whatever happened to so-and-so? What happened with this band? Somebody's got the fucking story.
And there's even documentaries on Tubi about metal bands.
Oh, yeah.
So, I've watched a few of them on there. I mean, there's shit quality documentaries, but hey, they'll tell you what you need to know.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the thing. It's like maybe the public never knew this because there wasn't things like Tubi or YouTube or however you get your news. You know what I'm
Speaking
saying?
speaking of documentaries, there's a guy that Zach and them from Metal Devastation do PR for that was friends with Wayne Static. And
Oh, wow.
he's about to be putting out a whole document. It's starting filming in January. It's a
Oh,
whole
that's cool.
document. It's a whole documentary about Wayne and his wife. And there's going to be like unreleased music in it that Wayne had written for a movie his wife was working on and all kinds of stuff.
Ooh, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah, demons, addicts alike. That's our show for this evening. Definitely kind of, a little bit of food for thought and actually a lot of cool shit to check out. Seriously, though, check out the new Samael. It's fantastic. The latest Soulfly record is classic. It's classic Max and one fuck of a good backup band. Unholy fuck. They are amazing. And we still have a lot more stuff to be released before the end of the year. So we're going to keep you up to date on all the latest metal releases from some of your favorites, as well as mega tours, festivals, anything that's left, because we're getting into Krampus time and shit's going to get real.
Any of y'all listen to Mayhem's new song before I do, y'all message me and tell me what y'all think. Don't ruin it. Just tell me what y'all think. You don't know. Oh no, I love me some good black metal. So.
Oh, absolutely, man. And Satyricon. I know there's some new Satyricon out there as well. So if anyone is checking that out, let us know. And we are all still in solidarity, ready for King Diamond's latest new album to be released. So
dude, I forgot about that.
Oh, you know me, man. I'm always searching for the latest and greatest news on that. And I'm actually waiting for an email to be returned here in the next few days from a special somebody. So fingers crossed. But thank you guys for choosing us as your Friday night entertainment. Tomorrow night, stacked fucking night of Black Flame entertainment goodness. We got Reapers Underground with the great Joseph Poliquin. You might know him from the Purge TV series, or maybe you saw him in the latest Five Nights at Freddy's movie. He's been in some awesome fucking films, and he's making his debut tomorrow night at 8 p.m. CST, and we're going to deep dive into his career and all the new tasty bits that he's got coming up in his acting and music career as well. He's also a musician. And then right after that, it is time to sin in epic fashion. 1st of November. Goddamn program coming back in effect. So we have a whole bunch of new fuckery just waiting to bust your guts and maybe, well, fuck you up at the same time. All depends. But if you want to party with the best, you know where to be tomorrow night at 9 p.m. CST for another edition of the goddamn program. But for now, definitely check out all the new metal that we got going on coming out and some of the ones that we've suggested to you. And if there's some new stuff from some other bands that you want to let us know about, please do. And until next Friday, stay heavy.
Thank you for joining us on Reapers Underground. Stay tuned for more from Black